Hi everyone, this is Lindsay from Imaginary Rebel Art Studio. I just wanted to do a little kind of live today. It was supposed to be that Paris Eiffel Tower, but I've decided to do something a little different. I'm going to turn on this light, see if that helps a little bit. Might help a little bit, yeah. Just trying to see. Basically today I'm just gonna do the sunflower letter that I did a couple weeks ago for a friend. I am making that into a paint party. It is going to be on March 17th at the SCP Hotel in Redmond. So check that out. It is on my website and I'll post that afterwards. But I just kind of wanted to do a demo of it real quick of what to expect at that party, but I think it would be fun. You can purchase other letters if you want to spell something out, but this will be, again, a paint party that is coming up on March 17th. So I'm going to do my letter. I painted it black already, and the letters will be painted black at the paint party. If you want to paint it a different color, you can at the party, but for this demo and in general, it's black. It's just easier for the stencil. It looks better. So I'm just going to sit down and get started. As usual, you need an apron, some water, paper towel or a towel to wipe off your brushes. I do have these colors today, and that's kind of the colors that make the sunflower. And I have brushes, and I'm a little stuffy, so I apologize if I'm a little stuffy with this program. Okay. But I'm gonna sit and I'm gonna see what this looks like. I'm gonna try to see comments this time, but I don't know. Last time I couldn't see them until after. But let me see. Well, it looks pretty good. I just want to make sure you can see the L here. So, I'm just gonna kind of place the sunflower stencil in different ways to create the kind of pattern, but the pattern is really up to you. And I will have these stencils available at the paint party again on March 17th. And I'll have other stencils available if you want to do something different. But for this demo again, it's for the sunflower letter. And so let me just real quick share this to my group real quick. Hope everyone's having a really good day. It's a Saturday here and it's been snowing where I am. Kind of over the snow, but today it was very icy out when I was driving out doing some errands. I'm gonna sneeze a few times because I think I'm having some allergy issues, so I apologize if I sneeze or am stuffy. Okay, I'm just gonna post this real quick to my group, maybe if it works. All right, let's see. I think it didn't work, but that's okay. All right, so again, I painted it black already because that seems to do better. I have tried it where I didn't paint it black and it just didn't look as good. So a darker color seems to work the best. And so let's see here, we'll just get started. So again, you can kind of do it like this where they're all hanging off kind of, or I can do it like put just one here and then kind of, you know, do this and then kind of go off the page. It just kind of depends on what you want to do. I think what I'm gonna do first, might just do it kind of this way and kind of start off this way. Maybe, let's see. You kind of want them to be a little bit off the letter to make it more dynamic, essentially. And so I'm thinking that, do I want to do a big leaf or a little leaf? Do the little leaf. This will be a good start, I think. So basically, I'm gonna do this section first. And so I basically am using, excuse me, again, I'm gonna sneeze, I'm sorry. I think I'm having like a allergy thing. But anyway, I'm going to start with this brush. This is, I think, a 12-inch round brush or a medium-sized brush. And this is kind of what I use. If you're in a hurry, you could use like a 3/4 flat brush or 1-inch flat brush. But, excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm going to have like a sneezing fit now. I'm sorry. I've been fine all day, and now that I'm recording, it's like, oh, I'm going to sneeze now. Okay. So what I do first is I do the center, and then I kind of work my way out towards. And so, let me just see here, my computer shut down. So let me go back to Facebook and see if I shared this to my group. I think I did, I'm not sure. But anyway, so I'm gonna I start with 2 different kind of browns to kind of mix it up. And so, I'm gonna do this dark brown, which is called Real Brown. And I just kind of go around here. And let's see here, I wanna just make sure it got shared real quick. For some reason, it's taken super long. But anyway, so when you're doing a stencil, you do kind of have to be quick with it. I've done it multiple ways, and the best way is to do it quickly. Except mine didn't save, so 1 second. Sharing it right now to my group. And we're gonna try it one more time here. All right, and so again, this is kind of a quicker kind of endeavor. I've tried to do it slow. I've tried to do it where I've dried it before picking it off of what I was doing. And what I've kind of learned is quick and then pull it off. That's kind of how you do stencils. And you could do this with a stencil brush, but I just do it with the round brush. So that's kind of how I like to do it. Everybody is different. And so just you do what you are. Oh, hang on, let me turn that down. Okay. I was trying to get it to where I can see comments, but that seems to be hard. But anyway, I'm just basically filling in this center right here. And I'm just going to put in the lighter color and kind of mixing it together just to kind of give it a little bit different color here. But I don't go all the way around because I still want to see that dark brown. And then I'm also going to do the same thing over here. So I'm going to get that dark brown again and put it over here. And you could tape this down, it's up to you. I just kind of hold it down with my hand. But anyway, I'm just kind of getting this whole section painted. And let's see here. Just keep going, and then again, I'm gonna get the lighter brown out and just kind of mix it together here. Like that. Put a little bit more of that color over here. And there, I'm kind of done with the center for right now, as far as just getting it onto the letter. And let's see here. And then the next part I'm gonna do is the like inner part of the sunflower, which is a red color. So I rinsed out my brush and I'm just going to put some red, and this could be any red you want. I have different color reds, so this one's a little bit of a darker one. And I'm just gonna put a good amount right around the center. And again, I'm just doing a demo because this will be a paint party on March 17th in Redmond at the SCP Hotel. And so I just wanted to kind of show it real quick of how I do it. And again, you'll have a little bit more creativity, a little bit more options at the party itself. But this is just going to be a demo of how I, again, do my sunflowers. Okay, next I'm not going to rinse out my brush, and I'm going to get my orange, and I have two different oranges, so I'm going to get my kind of fiery orange or kind of darker orange first, and I'm just going to put that right on top of that and kind of mix it a little bit, not too much. You still want to see that red around the center kind of, but you can mix it a little bit. Kind of looks better if it's a little mixed. And then same thing with this one, just kind of put it around. That. Okay, and I am going, let me see, I'm going to use a lighter orange, kind of right on top of that. But yeah, I'm going to rinse out my brush because it's going to be like, I think a little bit too, it's going to blend in too much. So I'm just going to do a little bit on the top there. And this one's optional. So I like this color. This is like a tangerine, it's called, color. And I just kind of do it right on top of that orange, that like darker orange, like that. And then I don't know what's going on. For some reason it's not playing very well on Facebook, but oh well. And then you get the yellow color. So I did rinse out my brush for that, and I'm just getting a whole bunch of yellow. And I am mixing it a little bit, but not too much, because I like that yellow color kind of on top. But again, it's kind of your preference. And it looks very messy right now, but it's gonna be real pretty when it's done. And then let's see here. This is also a petal. And then this is a petal, petal, excuse me, of this one. And I'm sorry again, I'm very like stuffy, so bear with me here. This is a petal right here. And this one is here as well, and I'm just gonna put this one here and here. Again, this is going to be a paint party on March 17th in downtown Redmond at that SCP Hotel. And I'm just kind of doing a little demo for it. So I'm going to rinse out my brush. So we're pretty much kind of done with the flower, the sunflower. And then we're going to do just the little, I guess, this one little leaf. And I think I forgot a
petal right here. And then I'm going to do the leaf real quick. So I do like a darker color down here, darker green. And then I do like a lighter green on top of here and kind of blend them together. Like that. And that is, I think, pretty much it for my flower. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take it right off. Like that. And there is the sunflower. And so what I'm going to do right now is just clean this off real quick. Pretty much have to do that right away. And I just use some baby wipes to do that. You could get baby wipes like anywhere, obviously, but they're cheap. If you just get this one, I get that at Safeway. It's usually you can get like 2 things of it for $7, pretty cheap. So I'm just kind of wiping this off, what I just did, because I want to do it again in a different way over here and down here. And that's kind of, that's how I do it. It's like a quick kind of thing. Again, I've kind of tried different ways. I've tried kind of drying it, and when you dry it, it kind of pushes the paint around, and you don't really want that. So I've learned a lot by just experimenting. And so I'm just gonna finish up wiping this off real quick. And again, you just kind of wipe off both sides as much as you can, just so you don't get any like residual on your new one. And it's already stained from previous times. I've used it quite a bit, so I'm not trying to get all of it off. I'm just trying to get just the basic stuff off. All right, so now I'm gonna move it up a little bit here, and I'm gonna do this section. And so I don't know if you guys can see it or not for some reason, and I think it's just because our internet here is not very good. It's not working very well on when I'm trying to view it on Facebook, but it's okay. I was trying to see the comments, but guess I can't do that. So let's see here. Okay, so I'm gonna turn it actually a different way, like this, and then let's see, I want to incorporate this larger leaf, because this one doesn't have a lot of leaves there. And so I'm gonna kind of, let's see if I want to do it where it's hanging off. Again, you kind of want it to be hanging off. It just kind of gives it a little bit more of a dynamic kind of look. I think I'm going to just real quick though kind of dry this section so I can kind of put that over it. And it won't smear too much. So let me just do that real quick. And I'm not drying it completely, I'm just trying to dry it a little bit here. Just so I can kind of, again, put my image down. It didn't quite dry too much, but that's okay. I just really want this to kind of go down here. And I'm thinking like this maybe, but I don't know. And you know what? It's okay if you have a gap in between, you know. Like I could always put another little one right here. So I'm just trying to see how I want to do it. I definitely want to incorporate though both of the leaves to give it a little bit extra different kind of color. So I think I'm just gonna do this where it's again kind of just hanging off the sides. but there's still a lot going on here. And then I can do maybe one over here or something like that when that one dries a little bit more. So again, this is something that you have to do kind of in a quicker manner, I guess would be a good way to describe it. So again, I'm gonna start and work my way out. So I always start with the inside and then go out. So I'm gonna do, let's see, I'm gonna try to see if I can get, let's see, I kind of want 2 sunflowers, but I want it hanging off as well. So let's see here. I'm just gonna do that. I think that'll be a good, so I'm gonna kind of do these 2 flowers. I'm not gonna do this one. So I'm gonna do these 2 and then these kind of 2 leaves. So anyway, again, I kind of start in the center with a darker brown. And again, you can use a stencil brush, but I just use the a medium round brush, or whatever brush you want to use is fine. And so I'm just gonna do this in the middle here and just kind of cover the whole area as much as you can. And again, I'm gonna kind of do the same thing with this one. And I'm gonna see if I can push it closer maybe so you can see more what I'm doing. Maybe might be a little better. So I'm just filling in the center with my first color. It's kind of a layered kind of thing, so that's good for that. And then I'm gonna take a little bit of a lighter brown and kind of mix that, but I don't want to mix it too much because I still want to have that dark brown around this edge here. So I'm not going to mix it too much, but I'm just trying to lighten it up a little bit in the center. Like that. And I am going to rinse out my brush. And then we're gonna go to the red. So I'm just gonna do a little bit of the red here, and it's just at the base of the flower. And again, we're gonna be doing this at an actual paint party in Redmond on March 17th, which is a Sunday. And it'll just be a little fun little workshop. So that's all you need to do there. I'm gonna do the same thing for this one. And again, it's something you kind of have to be quick about. You know, I've kind of learned different ways of doing it, and this is the best way, is being quick. So there's that, and then I'm gonna get my other orange. Kind of mix that together. You still want to see the red, so don't mix it too much. But it is nice to kind of do like a blend, kind of, instead of having it be separated. It kind of just depends on what you're going for, really. I've done different ones, so you just practice and see what you like. This one I'm just kind of blending a little bit more than the other ones, just to kind of show you a difference. There's that. And then let's see here. And then I am going to rinse out my brush, and I'm just going to go straight to that yellow. I'm not going to do the medium orange. Just going to go straight to that yellow and just put that on there. And I'm going to try to blend it a little bit with those other colors. Not too much, but a little bit. And then this one kind of goes up a little bit, so I'm gonna push it down here so I can get this in here. And just kind of like that. Because I've used it so much, some of the little things kind of pop up. So I'm gonna just kind of like go like this. And again, I'm just kind of getting the yellow. Some of it is blending with that orange, which kind of looks good sometimes. Kind of, again, your choice. And then kind of go like this. And then I'm gonna just kind of do, so now it's blending too much, so I'm gonna rinse out my brush because I don't want it to be completely orange. And so I'm just going to kind of put this here, even though there's not really anything right there. And then I'm just gonna get to this part. And then to this one. And this is a very like abstract kind of flower. And so it's kind of just meant to however you want it to look. It's not really meant to be exact. So I'm just kind of doing it like this. Again, I'm using a brush. I just like the brush better. But you can use the stencil brush. You can use any kind of brush. It's fine. Okay, now I'm gonna do the leaves real quick. And so again, I start with a darker green kind of, and this one isn't as dark as I usually use, but it's what I could find in a short time frame. So I'm just painting it. I kind of paint all of it and then I mix it with that lighter green color, like a lime green. And then it just really looks kind of cool when it has that mixture kind of. So now I'm gonna just not rinse off my brush, but I am gonna go to that lighter green color and just kind of mix it with that other color. I kind of only like to do the tip, kind of. I don't like to go all the way down here with the lighter color. Just kind of gonna do it like that. And then we're gonna I'm gonna rinse out my brush and do it to the other side. So I'm just gonna put a bunch of green paint over here. And try not to go into your sunflower if you can, but if you do, it's okay. You just might get some of that yellow-orange paint in your leaf. So just kind of be aware of that. So there's all that green, and then I'm gonna get that lighter green still and just still kind of blend it a little bit right here. And then that is it. And so again, you're just going to lift it up quickly. And there is the second set of sunflowers. So, and it's meant to be messy, kind of like that. And again, I'm just gonna quickly rinse off what I just did on my, because you kind of have to do that kind of quickly so it doesn't get on there like I've stained it already, so I left it at one point and so it's stained. But I'm just gonna try to get as much as I can off of there because I still want to use it again for like maybe right here. Or you don't have to, you can leave it just like negative space and not do anything with it. It's up to you. I might just leave it, but just gonna, and then you have to do the back side as well, obviously, because you don't want that to go back down in somewhere you don't want it to go. So I just kind of do this real quick. And again, I'm just using baby wipes. They seem to work the best. I have used Clorox wipes before, but they seem to not get the paint off as good. So the baby wipes are the best. I don't know why, but they are. So just keep that in mind when you're cleaning your stencils. Okay. I think I got that mostly clean, so I'm just gonna leave it over there. Alrighty, so there is my L so far, and I'm gonna let it dry before I do anything else with it. I kind of fill in the centers, I kind of make it look a little bit, you know, just a little bit better. And so I'm just gonna leave this for a second, and I have some other little things that I was going to do this stencil on, so I'm gonna start with those and just kind of put this one to the side. And so I have this little, looks like a miniature cutting board, and I've already painted it black, and so I was gonna put this flower kind of on it. One of the flowers, let's see. Maybe I just want the flower and not the leaf, you know? Just maybe this big flower is good. Or maybe the bigger flower. I don't know. I think this medium flower is good. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna move it over here a little bit. And again. So you really can kind of bang out a bunch of projects with stencils, really. It kind of depends on the stencil you're using, but this one is, again, one I use a lot of. And so I'm also gonna start selling some of my sunflower, basically artwork. These different things that I paint, different wooden objects, like this little kind of a cutting board kind of look. I'm gonna have on my website for sale. But it's really a fun and quick, you know, endeavor. And you know, it's really anyone can do it. You could probably even do it with like your kids. So really, and you can do any color. Like right now I'm just doing a sunflower, but if you wanted to do, you know, different colors, you could do that too. I just like sunflowers in general, and I think they're pretty popular, and so I just do these colors, but I'll probably branch out and do like some blues and teals and pinks and stuff. So again, just kind of going around the middle. Kind of like that. Maybe a little mixture here, so it's a little bit more blended, like that. And then just go straight into the yellow. And again, this is gonna be a fun paint party we're gonna have in March. And then if you feel like it's getting blended too much, then you just kind of rinse out your brush, because you don't want it to be orange. Unless you're looking for an orange sunflower, then you're doing good. But I'm gonna rinse out my brush a little bit because I want to get that yellow color kind of back. And then I am gonna mix it a little bit right here at the bottom of it, so it does kind of blend a little bit, but not at the top, like that. And then again, you want to just take it off quick. There is the sunflower there. And then you have options to, once it dries, you can kind of fix it up, and that's why I'm kind of waiting for the other one to dry, because I'm gonna try to fix this up a little bit. And so I'm just gonna kind of, and that's another reason why I do it on a black surface, because if you make a mistake or something like that, you can put black back on it, and then no one will really know. And so that's why I advise like a dark color or a black, because then you can just kind of fix it up and then it looks a lot better. So I'm going to just kind of leave that the way that is. Oh, and then drop my brush on it. But I am going to turn it, and I'm going to rinse off my stencil real quick. So again, the paint doesn't stay on there too long, and then I'll be ready to go. So again, it's a very quick process, really. I mean, you could have like your project done within an hour, depending on what you're doing. So it's really a fun, quick kind of abstract sunflower. And so what I'm gonna do real quick, while it's still wet on the side, I'm just gonna take my baby wipe and kind of just wipe that off a little bit. I probably will paint it black again right here, because I don't want that on the side there. But the baby wipe kind of takes it off mostly for you, which is nice. Which is why I use the baby wipe instead, because again, the Clorox wipe won't do that. But I also don't want it to kind of look like it has an end here. So I probably will go back with it with the black. But anyway, that's a good start. And then we're gonna kind of put this one to the side, and I'm gonna go back to my L shape that I made. And then we're just gonna kind of finish this one out. So I'm gonna move my stencil out of the way. So for this part, you can use a liner brush, or just a smaller round brush. And for this, you'll need a little bit of black and white. So I'm gonna just put that on my plate here. Some black there, and get my white. And you can do any white, it doesn't have to be any kind of specific, I'm not using specific colors or anything like that. All right, so let me find my little brush that I usually use. I kind of cleaned up my desk, but now I can't find anything. Okay, so I use just like a little smaller brush like this one. And so I'm just gonna kind of make it look a little bit better. I mean, I like how it looks right now, but I'm just gonna fix a couple things. It should be dry enough now where I can do that. I'm just gonna kind of put some yellow up here because I got some green on there. So I'm just gonna kind of some yellow up here. You're just gonna, at this point, fix kind of little areas. But for the most part, I like how it looks. It's meant to look messy and abstract, essentially. So I'm just going to take some white on my brush, and I'm just going to put little dots right in the middle of the centers of all these squares. And you can use the other side as well if you don't like using the brush itself. And I just do little white dots. Right, try to be in the middle if I can. Little dots on those ones. I don't know, I'll do that one. Take a tiny little one. And then kind of do it with this one over here as well. This one got a little bit muddled, and so I'm gonna fix that a little bit with some black. And so I'm gonna take some black and kind of make this a little bit more like it's a I'm gonna take black first, and then I'll put the dark brown on top of it so it looks a little better. I'm just trying to make it not so muddled. So there's that. So I'm just gonna take some of that darker brown and just kind of fill in some of the areas here. A little bit over the black. I might just take the lighter one too. Just kind of form that again a little bit without making it look the same as it was before, but it's just to get a little bit. Just gonna kind of do a little, I guess a little more black. I don't know, you just kind of have to work with it until it like looks Might have to make the brown dry or the black dry a little bit, but we'll come back to that one. So I'm gonna turn it and we're gonna go over to these ones. And so again, these ones kind of got a little bit too. So that just means I put maybe just a little bit too much on there when I was doing my stencil. But if you like that look, then you don't have to do this part. I'm just trying to separate them a little bit more here. And again, because the background is black, it helps because this will kind of just blend in with the background when it dries. I think that looks pretty good actually. So I'm just going to start with the white again, and I'm just going to put them in the middle. Like that, and then I'm going to turn it a little bit here and then do that again. And there should be one right here. I'll have to make one right there, but again, we're just kind of doing these little dots. Like that. And if you want to have little lines in between the leaves, I can again take this black and kind of just separate it a little bit. But not too much, because I mean, again, it's supposed to be more abstract. It's supposed to look kind of like that. But you're like, eh. Okay, so those are kind of done for right now. I'm gonna come back down here to these ones. And I'm gonna go back to this one, put little dots in there. Like that. And again, if you wanted to kind of take some black and kind of get this a little bit more refined, because it's a black kind of background there, you can. Again, it's up to you. You don't have to. I usually kind of leave it more abstract. But, and you don't have to use black. You could use like a dark green. It's, again, up to you. And you just kind of use a little brush. And this one might be too big still, but it's okay. I'm just trying to make it look like the stencil because I just put a little bit too much paint on. Sometimes you put too much on and it kind of blurs together. And that's kind of it. I'm not going to really fix anything else. I think it looks pretty good. And so the only other thing that I do with these projects is I do a little white border a little bit. And so I'm just going to take some white and kind of depending on how you did this, I do just a little, oh, I'm going to fix that real quick though. This one got a little crazy here. So I am going to take some black and just kind of put this on here. Just so it looks, it's not like too crazy. Again, it's kind of like, if you like that look, just leave it. But I just wanted to get a little bit of that more shaped there. But anyway, I take some white and I'll come back to that since that's still kind of wet. But let's see the whole thing here. So that's kind of what it looks like. And so I do little dots in the corners. I don't know, can't see that. Dot. And then I'll do one over here. Like that. And so what I do is I just do like a little line. And my hand shakes, so it's not the straightest line, and I think that's okay. This is like my first layer of the white line. And what you could do is if your hand does shake like mine, you could kind of like do a line and then do a dot like that. And then just kind of go back over it again. I just do like a bigger kind of dot at the ends. And then I do another line. And again, you could kind of do it for a little bit and then put another dot. And then continue on. And this is optional, totally don't have to do this. I just do this just to give it a little bit more of a design, I guess. And then I do it down here. And again, I'm kind of using a larger, I need more, this is not quite a detail brush, and so probably a smaller brush would be good, but it's okay. Again, kind of a bigger dot here. And you just kind of go back up. Again, totally optional. Don't have to do it this way. You can do like squiggly lines, or you don't have to do any lines. This is just what I do. And then, again, I just kind of do like a little dot. And then like a dot here. Again, totally optional. Don't have to do this part. And so that's kind of how I do my sunflowers projects. So that's pretty much done. Let me do that other one that I was doing. So I'm gonna put this kind of aside for right this moment. And so I would just seal that with like a polythene or something. So this was the other one I did. And so I'm gonna clean this up a little bit with some black, just to clean it up a little bit. Otherwise it looks okay. That's okay. We're gonna just kind of divide this out a little bit. And right now I'm just kind of cleaning it up a little bit because again, I got a little bit too much paint when I was doing it before. And then yeah, over here on this side, it's the side I need to fix. And then yeah, on the side here too. So it looks a little bit better. Again, this is optional. You don't have to shape it like this. I just like to spiff it up a little bit. So, same thing kind of with the inside there. Get some black in here. And what I did with some of my other projects is I would write, you know, someone's name on it. You could personalize it any way you want. There's that. And so I'm just going to put some dots now in the centers. They don't have to be perfect dots, they're just little dots. And again, you can use the other side of the brush to get them more uniform. But because this is kind of on the more abstract side, it doesn't really matter what size they are. So there's that. And that's pretty much it, guys. So again, we're going to be doing these projects on March 17th at the SCP Hotel downtown Redmond. That is on my website, imaginaryrebelartstudio.com. And I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope everyone has a great weekend. Thanks.